every Monday at 12 o'clock on the Afro Hair Science YouTube channel. Hey, what's happening? Good people? How you guys doing out there? Y'all know who it is, right? It's me, your homegirl Ladosha, Wright, aka Kilolo, coming to you live and direct. That's right, live and direct in sunny Cleveland, Ohio, where it is hotter than July. We finally got some hot weather. My allergies are kicking up. It's hot. I wish I could wear some Daisy Dukes. You know what I'm saying? Cheryl, like, I ain't wearing no Daisy Dukes. So, what's happening in your neck of the woods, Miss Cheryl? How's it going over there? I don't think she can hear me. Oh, there she go. Okay.
Oh my God, we have an echo.
We have an echo? Here, let me try this.
It's almost like it's delayed. There's a serious delay on this end.
Okay, you want to go out? And let me take you out and bring you back in. All right, guys. So what's up, Vaughn the beautician? How you doing? We're gonna let Cheryl come check out and then come back in. We are on our 15th episode of So You Think You Can Do Hair? Then this is the podcast for you. Welcome to the Afro Hair Science YouTube channel, where this platform is all about everything Afro hair. It is officially America's favorite podcast about Afro hair. And so today's discussion is going to be very poignant. Okay, let's try it again. Here we go. All right.
Well,
we good?
Yes, we are.
All right. What's up, Vaughn the beautician? Says everything is going well. Everything is looking lovely. So we are, as what's his name? Mays would say, back in the stride again. All right. So let's try this again. How's everything going in sunny, beautiful California?
Overcast.
Well,
we have 4 seasons in a day. All year round.
Oh, all year round. 4 seasons in a day. All right, that sounds like Cleveland. But today is hotter than July. If you are not familiar with Stevie Wonder's one of his best albums, hell, every album Stevie Wonder make is his best album. But for real,
we all say that.
Hotter than July is definitely worth having in your arsenal of music. If you are a music lover, then download, upload, I don't know how, go buy the album, whatever you need to do. Just get you some Stevie Wonder, Hotter Than July.
And happy Black Music Month, by the way.
It's what? We didn't got to the end and it's Happy Black Music Month?
Yes, Black Music Month.
Well,
so about 2 weeks ago was this month is the 45th anniversary of Black Music Month. And this month brought us hits. This month brought us hits like Ring My Bell.
You can ring my bell, ring my bell, ting-a-ling-a-ling. Okay, all right.
And I think the number one hit was "Ain't No Stopping Us Now."
Something to McFadden and Whitehead.
Yeah, right.
My dad used to love that band. Okay, so what we're gonna do when we come back this evening is we're gonna highlight some hits. We cannot be. Oh my God, I feel some kind of way. But anyway, we are 15 episodes in, and we are definitely celebrating Black Music Month right here on America's favorite podcast about Afro hair. But today we are going to be having a wonderful discussion about what is the difference between a customer and a client. I threw an extra one in there: consumer and a customer. Okay, because in the hair game, everybody is like a hustler. They're trying to get in, which that's going to be our next topic, is a hair hustler. Are you hustling? Are you an entrepreneur? Are you a hustler? We need to kind of clear that up because everybody likes to talk about how they are a hustler, And we have some different thoughts about that. But anywho, we're going to go ahead and hop into the topic. But before we do that, let me just bring you guys up to date with what's happening here. I got some images here. in the state of Ohio. All right, here it is down here. Oops. Okay, here we go. Right here. It is, there it is. I'm like, where did it go? There it is. Okay, the Crown Act just passed the House here in Ohio with bipartisan support. And again, the Crown Act specifically bans public schools from penalizing students from embracing their cultural styles, their cultural identities. And then now it has to go through committees in the Senate. So it's still got a little ways to go, but it's working its way on up. And guess who was kind of featured in all the interesting hoopla around the Crown? I want to show you guys a little bit, just a little snippet before we hop into that topic today, which is all about what? Customers versus the clients. Let me just kind of present this for you here. Let me share my screen. Here it is right here. Share, and here we go.
Lawmakers at work at the State House today, moving a number of bills forward, including one that would make making hair discrimination illegal.
So we have been following it for years. Women of color facing bias due to their natural hair. Columbus Bureau reporter Morgan Trout tells us the Crown Act finally passed the Ohio House today.
Cutting, coloring, braiding, twisting, locking, straightening, flipping, waving, all straightening, just wash and go. There are so many different ways that you can manipulate any texture.
For Ladosha Wright, hair is identity.
My whole career has been about the humanity of hair.
The cosmetologist believes that textured hair gets discriminated against, feeling it herself and seeing other people face inequality just because of their hair type and style.
All right.
Oh my goodness,
all
man.
right.
I had not seen that.
Yeah. That's right. So there we have Key Lolo and the Reverend Attire. Yes, the entire Reverend design team. They have been following us with this Crown Act for about, I want to say like maybe 3-4 years. And so that's actually how I became like the it girl when it comes to Afro textured hair, is me going down to the state since 2011, advocating for more education around Afro textured hair. And my argument, because you guys know I'm kind of straddled the fence about the Crown Act because, like, sure, I'm concerned about their ability to enforce it, but it would behoove me to not get on the bandwagon, considering it is of much concern to a lot of customers who come in the salon, and of course their family members. And so for since 2011, I've been like advocating for more education. And if we're going to pass a Crown Act, then we're definitely going to need education, which is why Cheryl was here a couple of weeks ago here in the state of Ohio, and we were making our rounds, going to the various politicians, and we were talking to them about the importance of Afro hair science. So, you know, it's bigger than just the hairstyle. And like I said, it's all about the humanity. So Cheryl, give your spin on the Crown Act, just a little bit before we hop into that topic.
I think it's a good start. I think the effort and the attention that it brings to the subject of dress codes and people being comfortable exercising their full right and privilege package of being a U.S. citizen. I think it's it's time. But the problem is that it's not the first time it's happened in history. In the U.S. history. And so when the first time it did happen, we have the entities being the ones to conform, not the citizen. And so while I like the effort, I just think that we're talking about the wrong thing. And because dress codes are upheld by the highest court in the land, it is going to present us some challenges if we don't have the Crown Act, the meat and potatoes in the bill to address what actually the entities and learning institutions and jobs, they use the protected rights of these companies and learning institutions, while we are left vulnerable to just deal with culture. And I think that is the issue.
All right, okay, that's a very important issue. And our goal is to bring, attention to all of the aspects and the dynamics, of what's happening around Afro hair, because we can see some pilfering going on. We can definitely see some exploitation going on. We can most certainly see some misrepresentation, some misinformation, which unfortunately leads to miseducation. And our goal right here on America's favorite podcast about Afro hair is to really be that source to help you guys, get the right information, and then also, bring to our attention issues that are concerning you and your community, your family, your home, your profession when it comes to Afro textured hair. So big ups to State Representative Juanita Brent. She has been tirelessly fighting that good fight, and she's invited me into that circle. And I have definitely, did my part in carrying Cheryl's message and our concern that, if we're going to pass these acts, that we need to level up this education. All right, so that's a big, let's give that a big old fashioned round of applause. Hold on, let me get my little. There it is. Here we go. So big up to the state of Ohio. Y'all get an E. Like you said, Cheryl, we got to start somewhere. And so here we are on this topic, speaking of starting somewhere, is building your clientele as a barber, a cosmetologist, a nail tech, and a hairstylist, so a natural hairstylist rather. And this is probably, I want to say in the beauty industry, this has got to be the hottest topic around.
Really?
People, they have these skills, but they cannot build a clientele. They're really struggling. I got some YouTube clips with some people giving some quick, snippets on how to build clientele. And I think one of the challenges, particularly on this particular podcast, is because this one is specifically for barbering and beauty students. They have the talent, and they just can't figure out why is it when I leave school, it just doesn't happen the way that I want it to happen. So let's start there because we always have cosmetology and barbering, nail tech, and students of aesthetics. They're watching us post live, and they love the way that we just get down to the nitty gritty. So let's just hop into it. If you have a passion so much and you're just so good at it, why is it that when you leave the school space and you get into your loft or you get behind the chair, where is the damn customers? Now, I'm going to tell you my story, but go ahead. So that's what they want to know.
No, I want to hear your story. I want to hear your story. Go ahead, Keep Lolo. Go on, tell us your story.
So my story is, now remember, guys, I did not grow up in the hair salon. Like, I am like totally green at this point. And for some reason, I kind of thought there was going to be like a yellow school bus, and it was going to pull up, right? And like all these clients would just be like dropped off at the hair salon, and we could get all these customers because in cosmetology school, you had the senior citizens, they pull the bus up, then you had schools. It was a little small community, and the community really needed that cosmetology school because salon visits can be a little lofty depending on, what your pocketbooks are, bringing in or letting out. And so I was waiting for the bus to pull up, and I'm like, that's not going to happen. And I just did not know how was I going to get a customer to come in? I couldn't figure that out for the life of me. And so I'm sure there are barbers and cosmetologists and nail techs like myself, but I really wasn't talented like a Dr. Spritz, my niece back there, like they got skills. I didn't even have any skills. But I had a license, right? So, I passed on the state board first go around, whoop, whoop, but it didn't mean anything because I had no customers. I could none. Like, so why is that so? Let's start right there. And don't forget, guys, hit that thumbs up button. This is America's favorite podcast about Afro hair. We're on our 15th episode right here. Or so you think you can do hair. This particular podcast is specifically for students in the barber and beauty industry. And sure, the hair oracle is going to kick the ballistics about why in the hell is it so hard? I mean, I got skills.
You know, and that is the class, right? Did you get that class in beauty school?
I can't speak for everybody, but when I was in cosmetology school, we received zero education on how to build. I mean, we knew that, we had to do it, but we just didn't get any information on how to do it. But they did encourage us. I will say this. Back then, what's this thing called? The lofts were not, there was no such thing as that. You had your independent contractors and you had your commission and you had your employees. So they really encouraged us to go and work somewhere where they could give us the clientele versus us, trying to go behind that chair as an independent contractor. But even with them giving us customers, which I did, I went to go and work in a hair salon. I did not just open up. So that was my experience. But no, I got. And if you're in the chat, answer, did you get any education on how to build clientele? Please, share your story with us. We'd love to hear from you. Okay, Cheryl, take it away.
Yeah, and because they not taught that, so when I teach it, okay, and I don't know if we really actually got into that in the Afro Hair Science Summit, but. So let's just say, let me just try to at least zero in of what could be the issue. So let's just say you're a used car salesman, or you're a car salesman, right? People are there because of what? They need something. So usually the customer's needs drives the traffic, right? And that is basically the same model as a beauty school, right? They have a need. You just happen to be there, right? And so you get the customers to work on so you can practice your craft and you can practice to get ready for this test, right? You've done all these hours, right? The problem is that the industry that kind of supports the beauty school, the licensing, and all that good stuff, there's a gap, right? So when you get that piece of paper, there's a gap there. And so now you are thinking you weren't trained to go get a customer, right? And so now you're in this place where there's no traffic and you have to be able to what? Focus on what people come into a beauty school for and what they come into a car salesman for. They come in for services, right? Or a car. Now, let me just say this. So if the difference between a customer and a client, a customer is usually buying services and goods. And so now what we have to do as a new student, you have to focus on your particular service, what makes you different, okay? You cannot focus on why are they not coming to me. That is not how customers buy. Customers.
Well, that's a little hard though, sure, when you're working behind the chair and maybe you've rented it.
Well, you're not working behind the chair no more because you don't have a customer. You just.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, like we're standing there and we're going through our phone.
But that was back in the day. Services. You have to start selling services. Can't get into the mindset that they're not coming to me, right? I don't have a clientele. Clientele is something you do. It's a verb. It's an action, something you do over years. It's not the first day, second day, third day of the first week. You must sell from before you even get to your life. When the moment you have that date, State Board gives you that date, you got the piece of paper, you're going to get that. You have to start selling services.
So what does sell service mean? Okay. And I'm going to tell you, this is what I did. So
okay,
first tell us what the sales service means.
Now, let's just say here in San Diego, let's just say Theo, He wasn't always a San Diegan. He recently got here, maybe the last 5, 6, 7 years. He was not here. So he sold the services. He just focused on one. I think was it the good old fashioned press and curl, silk presses, boom, boom, boom. He allowed the customer to focus on one thing he did. And if you want that service, you come to me. Not, where's my, come to me, I'm a hairstylist. Boom. No, he said, I do this service, and if you want this service, come to me. You know what I mean? It's almost like we get freaked out and say, I don't have a clientele. Well, you don't have a clientele yet. You never start out with a clientele. You have to start out with selling services. Right? It's almost the same thing a dentist has. I only do invisible braces. If you want invisible braces with a free retainer, come to me. And that is mainly how attorneys do it. That's the same thing. You're selling services because you want customers. And then you start selling them a comb, or then they're a full customer package. Now, then those customers usually fall off and they only come to you for services. That's when they're a client. Does that make sense?
Yeah, okay. I see the drive in it, but I'm still gonna back up just a little bit.
Okay.
Because we have a service. She says, students, what you're gonna have to do is identify exactly what service that is. Now, are they going to poll and ask, or are they just gonna say, this is what I'm good at and sell it? Or should they do a little bit of both?
Well, you should do a little trend data, get to know where you are, and try to ask and go do some research, because of course, information, knowing and being well prepared about your neighborhood, survey the 5-mile radius, 10-mile radius where people are usually, go to some other salons, and let's just be honest, go to popular salons and try to those are the ones you want to go to. I mean, Reverend's design team is a perfect example of that's the salon you want to be in to get your feet wet, because you want to go somewhere who has a reputation, has a great customer service. You want to align there. And I mean, that's a student's dream.
Right. But here's the thing. You're saying, right now, identify what services you're good at, right?
Absolutely.
Pick one. But what about those quintessential, those really avant-garde technicians that are good at everything? So how are they? They like, I can't pick just one because I'm a weave slayer. I can stitch braid. I could do some hair color. I can fade. So how are they to know where to start in their career to begin? Because we haven't even got to the client just yet to build the customer base.
Mm-hmm. Well, here's the thing. It doesn't matter which one you guys start with, because I'm going to say something to you that you should have gotten taught in beauty school. A service for everybody is a service for nobody. Okay. You don't ever want to sell a person who comes in the store for a screwdriver. Don't sell them a drill. Well, this drill can do everything. A person, the more something does, it actually does nothing, because the person only came in there for a screwdriver, because they only have one thing that they actually want. And my point is that you're going to have a 360-degree career. You don't have to sell everything at once. But my point is that you want to get the synergy, and they call it momentum. You just want to get the momentum on your career, and be able, because that person's going to say, I went to a salon today and I got a blase, but I just love their service, and it is clean and everything. You should go there to get your braids.
Right.
Or you're right.
And now, in that example, you hadn't even got to the actual service, because now you're at the salon experience. And I think one of the challenges when you're in cosmetology or in barbering school, and you're trying to, build that clientele, we see the end before we get into it. And so once we leave cosmetology school or barbering school, and we're ready to do that facial. We're ready to do that, to do the nails or whatever. And we have like our cousins, we got a couple of people who's going to come. But then once they leave, nobody's coming after that. And so that's where they're like, maybe I need to work a part-time job, or maybe I need to start discounting, or because they're 1 month into this space and they're still doing the same 4 people, and it's 30, 45 days later, and maybe they had one person and that person didn't come back. And so I did their eyebrows, and it's a month later and she's not back for her eyebrow, threading or waxing service. Now what am I to do?
Well, let's take the nail salon for example. Are
Okay.
the nail salons short of customers?
I think it depends on where you go. They
Well,
can
we know
be.
that, but generally, nail salons don't. They have, once they get you in, they do a good service. You know what I mean? And the point here is that if it can happen in the nail salon industry, it can happen in the hair salon industry. And so my goal here is for us to make sure that when that customer is in your chair, ask for a referral.
But now,
Ask.
don't you hold on. Now, wait a minute, Hair Oracle. I mean, the nail industry is a little bit different because, isn't it true? Like, their services are cheaper. They could be a little bit, quicker. So maybe they just have a competitive advantage because they're just known for the speed and all that. Unlike hairstyling, I mean, if there's a nail tech in the chat, please correct me. I do nails, but it's not my specific service. But some people feel like the nail industry has a competitive advantage because it's so built up already, where people just want to go and get the nails done. Unlike hair, which is the service can be longer, things of that nature. Am I bugging?
You're bugging.
Okay.
Well, let's just say this. First of all, you already know the nail salon has the power of one word, and that's called upsell. See, the tech is, and they're culturally different, but they're taught to upsell. So they say, you want to go in there for a manicure. You want some soft gel? You want soft gels. Okay, we get talked into that because it lasts longer. And then they say you want design. And then you end up getting a design. And then you end up getting a hand massage. And then so now you're in there with $70. It happens all the time. You only want to go in there for something, and then they sell you something else and something else and something else and something else. We are not taught like that. We are not in.
Now, I will agree. I do think hairstylists and barbers, and estheticians, they have that, that ivory tower mentality where they really don't see that upsell, that selling, because they feel like I am not a salesperson. Whereas your nail technician, maybe they don't even use that type of a language. They're like, these are the services that I offer. So again, if you are a nail tech, please help us out and bring us into your world, because this is America's favorite podcast about Afro hair. And today we're talking about exactly what is the difference between a customer and a client, because right now we're still in customer mode. You haven't even turned this person into a client. And so you're saying that what we have to do is work on those skills that we already have and begin to sell those and build it from there. But the cosmetologist and the barber and the esthetician is like, I'm not a salesperson. I mean, I'm just going to do the hair, and if they don't want it,
well, that usually is the mentality we go into beauty school with. We have to start breaking these bad habits in beauty school. Because, and let me just say this, there are not a lot of beauty schools that are ran by a protagonist, right? Like, let's say Vidal Sassoon.
okay.
When you went there, you was in his school and he taught you like he wanted to teach you.
Uh-oh.
When you go to state and you go to these franchises, they're just handing out training. They're not preparing you for the salon world. They're preparing you to get a license. In the beauty school, we got to start vetting our beauty schools better and see what they offer us after we get it. So are they preparing us for a professional career, or are they preparing us for a test?
That's a very good point. To your point, here is, we showed this on our last podcast. Here is a lash person, okay, and she's trying to build a clientele, and this is what she did. To your point, are they helping you pass state board, or are they building you for the business? So let's see what you guys think. Was she prepared for state board, or was she prepared for the business? So here's her little advertisement. In loving memory, Rakaya Nicole, July 13th, 2000, June 8th, 2024. She's dying to do y'all lashes. Book with me. And so we see this plea. To me, this is a plea. Like, I really need some customers. And so is she in customer mode, or is she in client mode? And then you could tell us the difference, if you will.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if she's in neither. I think she's in desperate mode. I don't think she was thinking about the customer. See, here we go again. When you are in sales mode, when you are in customer mode or client mode or consumer mode or business mode, we don't want to see a picture of you. We don't want to see.
We can't be P. Diddy. Take that. We can't be all up in the video like P. Diddy.
No.
Oh, wow.
Okay. And so we definitely don't want to take a picture. We don't want to see a picture, because when we see a picture of you, we think that you're unalived, right? We don't want to see a picture of you, especially a picture of you taking a picture of you. And so she missed it. The point is that the most appealing thing is for show the customer what they're going to get. Okay. And she said it very well. She said what she was selling. I'm dying to do, I want your money. In other words, she didn't give them any incentive to why she wants them why she wants them to come to her. She just said, I'm dying to do your nails. And that's one of the fundamental mistakes, because we didn't get taught how to sell in beauty school. That's the point, because at the end of the day, people are only interested in what's in it for me with them. And when you don't
now, wouldn't you say in this example here that she's trying to do, like, she's being very witty, or does she come across like, oh, that's a unique way, like, I'm dying, like wordplay? Maybe is this a good marketing antic, or whatever you want to call it? Sorry guys, it's not my expertise, but she's just trying to do the wordplay, like, I'm dying to do your hair, I'm dying to eat the pizza, So was that not, because we see this a lot in the beauty industry, where we're trying to be very creative to just kind of catch that customer who might be like, oh, that's kind of catchy or witty.
Mm-hmm. I'm not sure. I would love to probably get her handle, because I'm sure it's easy to find her with a first name like that. But and to see how it worked. But the key here is, are your nails memorable? Forget you. Are your nails, is your work memorable? Is your nails going to be
it's funny. She's dying to do your, I think this is lashes, right? But you can't.
Oh, lashes.
But you can't see her lashes. So again, this is our 15th episode, and we are encouraging you guys to understand your role behind the chair. Before Cheryl says, before you even leave that cosmetology school, you should already be in that business mode to help begin the process of building your customer base based off of a particular niche. And so this one right here is probably not going to be the best way to make that happen, correct?
What makes you? What prevents you from selling your services while you're in beauty school? They're just not going to pay you directly, but they'll come to you. They'll come to the beauty school if you're good. If you're good, just tell them to come and ask for you.
And you are. I know we have some barber and beauty school students in the chat, and you guys are watching. So let us know. Share with us your experience in school around building clientele. So, like, can you, get the customer to, follow you after you leave the school, or they can come to you while you're in school, building that clientele, which I think that's really, really important. So now we got a clear understanding of how to build that customer base. Right now, we got to make a transition. At what point does a customer become a client? And so I'm going to show a little video of what this is a YouTuber that's helping understand how to build. So let's see what she has to say.
If you provide any type of service, this is for you. Okay. If you are new to the beauty industry, new to a service, this is for you. Make sure you listen to these steps and you apply it, because I guarantee you, you will gain.
All right. Station break.
Okay. Hold on. Right.
Station. We are taking a station break.
$300, $200, $150. Start somewhere. Everybody always start off with something free. Everybody loves free things. You have to give away free things in order to get something in return, or discounted. $25, $50, $15. Do something, whether it's free or discounted, because I guarantee you, if you make a post and say, hey, I want to offer this service to somebody, it's free, I guarantee you there are many people that are going to comment under that post saying me.
All right, Cheryl. So she's helping you build the clientele. And she says a good way to turn that customer into a client is when you start offering free stuff and you're posting. So what's your take on free, or just, becoming a client? I mean, how does the customer turn into a client, and then building from there?
First, I think we should fundamentally understand the difference between a client and a customer. I know we've been saying clientele. I think the industry has been saying it for so long, but clients only buy services from you. They only do that. And so
okay, I have a little thing here that's going to say that this is the difference. So here you go. Keep talking. Here we go.
You know what I mean? And so if a client is only buying services, okay, and let's just say they only buy for you to wash and press a press and curl, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they only come once a month. Is that the customer you want? No. Or you don't, and then if you keep starting off with clients in your mind, and because you want to build a clientele, which I do think is a bad word in hairstyling, but it's the only word we've had so for all intents and purposes. It's the only word we've had. But to understand a customer base, that's a new word, creates a whole new behavior pattern, because the customers buy things from you. They come in, and if they don't get a hairdo, they come and get hair oil or a shampoo. And like in your case, Ladosha, they come buy your products, right? And they buy more. They buy things, and they pay you for services. And so the transition from customer to client is not really ideal. It's really ideal to take them from clients to customers, because they're giving you more revenue at that time.
Wow. I don't know about y'all, but that deserves a bomb drop, because that is not what I had in mind. I was thinking, dang, Cheryl, I was thinking that client would be the way to go, but you're saying the exact opposite. So here is saying a client is a person who only receives official and professional services, whereas a customer is a person who buys goods and services from the businesses or stores. And so you're saying in our industry, we need customers, not
A
clients.
customer base, yeah.
Oh boy. Oh, okay. Keep talking on that one. I'm kind of nervous now.
And that is also probably purposeful because the industry thinks that hairstylists and salon franchises or salon business, they don't think that you guys are business people. That's because they only want to keep you in the hairstyling in the chair, and they want franchises and business people to run salons. So the salon and the beauty supplies is for customers, and you only have a clientele. You see what I'm saying? You see how the industry kind of keeps hairstylists in this little bracket, okay? And so I'm saying if we evolve and learn from beauty school that we can also have a customer base, we will be having different behavior patterns and we'll be acting and operating like businesses and not just mere technicians.
Wow. That makes a lot of sense because people like to boast and brag. I know now I feel some kind of way, even myself. Oh, these are not my customers. These are my clients. But when I look at their behavior in the hair salon, they really do act like a customer. But to me, a customer was a downgrade and a client is a upgrade. But financially, we need to rethink
Right.
our language and, of course, our service model in these spaces. Okay, so now we got that. So what about, here we get another one. So what about the difference between a consumer and a customer? Okay, does this apply to us? Is our
Absolutely.
industry, oh really, oh goodness gracious, sure, just
Absolutely.
ooh-wee. Okay, I'm learning something new today. All right, Cheryl. That's a bomb right there. I got a bomb. Hey.
Absolutely.
Okay, so again, drop your questions in the chat because I'm learning something as always. So how is that so? And then what is the difference?
Well, those two, a client and a customer, consumes. So they are a consumer. The key here is when a customer, your customer, and or your client consumes, you want them to consume with you more than they consume with someone. Okay? Because we're all consumers. The key here as a business and as a hairstylist and as a braider and as a barber, you need to make sure that you have more things available for me to consume. While they're there, they're in your spot for at least average of 45 minutes. When a person is in a store for 45 minutes, that store's responsibility is to make them consume.
Wow. Wow.
So so when I consume your service and I consume a product that you sold me, and then you throw in a comb for $2 more, you have given me more opportunities to consume. Which
Okay, now hold up. But don't that seem like you trying to like press them into getting something that when they came in, like, I didn't come here for a comb, Ladosha. I didn't come here for some beard or oil, dose to barber. I didn't come here to buy some nail oil, dose to nail tech. I didn't even come here to get some lash extensions. I came here just to get my eyebrows waxed. Now you're trying to sell me something. Okay.
Right. And so when you're taught in beauty school like I was, right? Because at the end of the day, and if you didn't ask me, did I have a comb? And my ass, My ass went to Target to pick up a comb and you didn't ask me and I bought that shit anyway. I split my consumerism. I bought it from Target and all you had to do is open up your mouth and say, oh, do you have a comb? Oh, no, I actually don't. I was going to get one. No. Bam. I have one here. This is what I use on your hair to style your hair. Oh, well, then why don't I just buy that? So at the end of the day, now, you guys went into the grocery store to go buy onions. Your ass went and bought milk too. You didn't go in there for milk, but you saw it because you didn't know you needed it. You forgot you needed it, or you didn't know you needed it. But all you know is while I'm here, I might as well get it. We always throw in extra stuff because that's why merchandising is important, because when I went past to get the onions, I saw those biscotti cookies.
Now,
consumerism. That's
right.
Consumerism.
I think because now I am surprised that a lot of hair salons and barbershops, they don't sell the retail. So as we work through this whole process of understanding the differences and now the importances of consumer, client, and customer, and that could be a whole other podcast too. But why are barbershops and hair salons, unlike your nails and your skin spas, they're not really big on retail? Do you have an opinion about that?
That's because we're not taught. We think it's something that we're supposed to do outside of the salon and extra, and when we on our way home and we think we sit in the traffic and oh my god, I forgot the cheese and we having tacos tonight, or if I forgot something and blah 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 blah. We don't think that for some reason we turn our potential customers and consumers, we are taught to turn them only into clients, and we're taught that. We are taught to not fulfill their needs in every other aspect of their lives.
I think it's kind of like a little ego thing, because I know for me, I kind of prided myself on, you're not my customer, you're my client, but it made me feel like, ooh, I was like really very chic mode. You know what I'm saying?
I remember the first time I went to your salon, right? And I walked in and blase, and I'm talking, and you already know what's the first thing you should have zeroed in on. And this actually really happened. I love eyewear. I love it. Obviously, the first thing I locked jaw in on is that Ladosha had eyewear.
A plethora of eyewear.
And then all of a sudden I turned into a 5-year-old. Lola, can I have those right there? She's like, you can go on and have them. But I like them. And when I wear them, I get compliments. But at the end of the day, come on, y'all. Clients, you are already trained to have clients. I get it. But you make the client so small to where you constrict their behavior patterns with you, that they only think they're there to pay you for what you do, not for what you have.
Wow.
So we're just trained like that. And I know, and one of the things that me and you always talk about, we need to probably open up a beauty school so we can teach them to have a career and to not just be handcuffed to the chair, because that's not sustainable until about another 8. Working, styling is only sustainable for 8 years. It's only sustainable for that. And then it becomes labor intensive, because that's all you're doing every day. You're not selling, you're not consulting, you're not talking, you're not having fun, you're not enjoying the full consumer serotonin and harmonious experience of a mall. Why do people go to a mall? That's a date. I mean, it's like you parking, you going, I'm going to go through the Bloomy side. Then you go through the Bloomies. Y'all know them department stores why do department stores smell different? Department stores have to fix the scent inside the store, because you're using your nose, you're using your eyes, you're using your ears. Everything is planned, people.
So deliberate. So we are definitely learning that our careers behind the chair. I mean, it's like it's funny because out of all what we're talked about and learning the difference between a consumer, a client, and a customer, we ain't even really got down to the hairstyling yet.
Yeah,
I mean,
no.
wow, this is wow. So again, how about you share with us in the chat, um, you know, um, what things are you doing to make that your salon, your barbershop, your nail spa, or your skincare spa stick out different so that your customers can have a wonderful experience and be able to get more money. But in the meantime, how about you show them what they need to do to help, get more folks to watch America's favorite podcast about Afro hair. Cheryl's going to show you guys what you got to do right now. Just do this right quick, guys. All right, so don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to share the content. And then also subscribe and hit that little bell so you will know when Ladosha Wright, aka Key Lolo, and right here, Cheryl Morrow, the Hair Oracle, we're going live 3 times a week, all right? So we have Monday, and earlier in the day, you're right here on So You Think You Can Do Hair. This podcast, again, is specifically for those who are in the school of hair, skin, and nails. And of course, on later on this evening, we're going to be back here, and we are going to be discussing cradle cap and other children's scalp problems. This is going to be really, really good. So if you have a baby, a little one, and you're very, very concerned about their hair, then come back and join us this evening here on America's favorite podcast about Afro hair. And then also, let's not forget that June is about the brotherhood. We are highlighting all African American males who specialize in the caring of hair. And so this Thursday, we're going to have the incomparable Danny Michael. He is the barber extraordinaire out of Las Vegas, and I'm excited to hear his conversation, which is going to be all about beard care, ingrown hair, and we affectionately call this one the lost art of shaving. So I think he is definitely the man who can do that. So as we wrap this up, I'm going to show, here's another clip that we showed last week, because you're saying that if we're not doing these things, if we are not taking our businesses beyond the hairstyle and we don't start to offer them other things, then we'll see this kind of stuff right here, right? So now we have Riri. So Rihanna is saying, yo, send me your, come on and sign up. I need your email address. And she has a new product. It's called Fenty Hair. But of course, why would she call it anything else, okay? And this is a new era of repair. So are we watching other people enter the industry and say, well, since Ladosha and them only want to do your hair, then we might as well get that money. What's up with that?
I think that this is going to be, and what is the date? Mark my words.
Today's date is June 17th.
June 17th, 2024. I want y'all to remember this. I think that this needed to happen. She'll probably be the last. And I think it's a death ringer for her brand. And the reason why I'm saying that is because she talks about in an interview about her postpartum hair loss, which led her to, so-called, they all have these stories, right? And how they felt the need to be the one to lead us into the new world, a new era of hair repair. And so far, there is company probably saying, oh, you had a problem. Okay, well, let's probably make her face the one to lead us into the new era of repair. One of the signifiers that I see is that like you said, we've had a really great trend of celebrity brands. I think she's the last of them. I think everybody will get the message if after this becomes it runs its course. Okay, we got Sacred. Sacred's got about another 6 months.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Sacred is dying a slow. She's dying. It's like there's no buzz on Sacred. The beehives or bay hives, they can't save her.
Well, hair care is so difficult. Hair care, it's got a different energy on it, right? And so I am so happy to see Fenty Hair enter the market because she is the standard because she's been so successful in the makeup world. I think that it needed to happen. We're gonna get that. All of them are gonna get this out of their system. Okay. All right. And I think that this will be the moment for us after we go into the fall, go into winter 2025. We should be able to, in terms of understand that we've got to step it up and lead and tell manufacturers, tell the chemical world, tell the industry that our expertise and moving the new era of salon, new era of beauty schools, new era of what our conversation, where we want to take Black women on a global stage, Black men in barbering on a global stage, men's grooming on a global stage. Where do the industry want to take it? We've got to move quickly because we're gonna have an opportunity after this one last go around for Celebrity Dome to be entering into a industry that is very difficult because it takes expertise. And I think that all of the VCs after this, venture capitalists, they're going to just say, okay, guys, don't be coming to us with no bullshit now. I mean, because we ain't wasted about at least $100 million.
So the venture capitalists are going to be like Queen Latifah. They've had it up to here. A couple of shout outs right here on Instagram. We see you guys in the chat. We got LSF216. The Puerto Rican Colonial Hotel. Essay, what's happening? What's happening? Also, we have Bumpsy06. We have Nikki, the coach wife. Margaret, the host setter or hot setter. Okay, the host setter. I'm sorry. Curls by Jay Lewis, and then we also have Tanya Stewart. So we appreciate you guys so much right there on Instagram. You guys are definitely rocking it out with us. And then here on YouTube, we have our diehard. They always come through. We love to see Von the Beautician. Met her via TikTok. So TikTokers, we always appreciate you guys for supporting us. And we really hope you guys have enjoyed this. I learned a lot, and I'm realizing that I got to change my thinking as a salon owner. I mean, some things I'm doing by default, but I definitely could be more deliberate. I do think that in our education of, hair, skin, and nails, we're not pushed to be deliberate in how we want to craft, our skill set in our businesses. And so we've learned a lot. I know I have. And if you have learned a lot, don't forget to go ahead and hit that thumbs up button and please subscribe, and we'll be back. So Cheryl, close us out on this topic because we're going to be back this evening. And I'm sure they're going to love this one. But on the topic of customers and, clients, and what should these students walk away with? Because now they're in school. Some of them are about to finish. Some have just entered. So maybe you're just, signed your blood on the dotted line. You got to pay your loan back, or you're going to be paying out of your pocket. You're making a sizable investment. So Cheryl, what we're going to say to those who are new and about to graduate about customer, consumer, and clientele.
Mm-hmm. It's interesting kind of irony that we go to beauty school, they're coming to you, and every time they come back to that beauty school, they ask for you, right? So they're used to you, but you're not getting the money that they come to the beauty school for, right? And so let's just say that the service that you usually give them is $40, right? At the end of the day, if you focus on that customer base, you don't have to discount anything. They're already used to paying $40, right? It's just now it's coming to you. So you can encourage people to come to you at beauty school. You're just not receiving the money then, but you will be, right? You will be when you are on your own and you got your license and everything. So it's about just thinking differently. And we're always here to run something past us. Don't try to wing it by yourself. You got some veterans to help you to challenge your thinking so you can maneuver and behave differently in how you want to receive it. And I don't necessarily think you have to give anything for free, because people don't value anything. They value something extra that may be free. But at the end of the day, they want you to have a livelihood because they want you to be able to be available to do their hair all the time.
I concur. We have the King of Lock, who also just joined us here on Instagram. What's up, my brother Kafele? It's always so nice to have your support. We truly, truly appreciate you. So here's what I did, in case you're wondering, well, Kilolo, how did you do it? Mm-hmm. Now, remember, I entered this career from being an outreach worker. Mm-hmm. And so to me, I could clearly see what the challenge was in the beauty industry. And that was going to be my niche. And that niche was to teach people how to take care of their own hair. Mm-hmm. I am not the best hairstylist. I say it all the time. I'm not even the best colorist. I'm good, but trust me, there's some skills out here that I can't even. But yet I remain so booked. As a matter of fact, I was so booked when I left that cosmetology school. I did go work in the hair salon, but they told me when I got there, you're not going to be here for long because you have too many customers. And Jay Valadez, that's the salon I went to work at with him and his mom, and they were very supportive in helping me to get my own. And so all of these things that we talked about today, upselling and having retail and things available, these are very, very important if you really, really, really want to have this career and be able to take care of yourself and your families. So that is what I did. I used that cosmetology school as my playground to pretend and act as if I had my own salon and my classmates were all in. And when it came time for me to open up the salon, it actually was a smooth transition because I had done these things by default, not realizing that I was creating and meeting, various needs. So we thank you so much for joining us. And again, we're going to be back next week because some people might say, well, is that a hustler? Sure. What's your take on hustling in the beauty and barbering industry? Because we're going to talk about that when we come back.
Most likely selling and doing something you actually don't believe.
I'm a hustler. I'm the best stylist around, baby. Ask about me. So we're going to talk about being a hustler in the barber and beauty industry. How's that working out for you? Being a hustler. I had me a hustler hat, but after I talked to Cheryl, I'm going to wear my hustler hat. But after talking to Cheryl, I had to retire my hustler hat. So if you are a hustler and you about them coins, then come back. You're about to leave school, you're entering school, and you don't care what Kilolo and the hair oracle say. You a hustler, you the best barber around. You can ask about me. Then you want to join us next week. You know what we say? We're signing out, right? Good, better, best. Never let it rest until your good is better and your better is best. Thank you, Instagram. You guys rocked it out with us. We'll see you this evening right here on YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram. Deuces. You guys have a wonderful day. Cheryl, I will see you momentarily, correct?
Absolutely.
All right, guys. Thanks. Don't forget, hit that thumbs up button. So, you think you can do hair? Then join us every Monday at 12 o'clock on the Afro Hair Science YouTube channel.
Tell me what you